Good afternoon, everybody. I have with me here today Rosalyn Maldonado, who's an attorney and owner of Rosalyn Maldonado Law. She's one of my clients. So thank you very much for joining us today, Rosalyn. Can you tell us a little bit about your law firm, and then we'll discuss the questions of how you best communicate with your clients.
Good afternoon, Christina. Great to see you again. I actually started my practice in 2014, but I've been practicing as an attorney for 25 years. I went from a firm in Garden City where I did primarily commercial litigation to my own practice where I do still focus on commercial litigation, but the specialty areas that I'm in are construction, matrimonial, and real estate. And I've been doing that now for the last 7 years. And it's been, I've actually enjoyed having the autonomy. So
Great.
actually today I'm working from home, so it's a little crazy, but
yeah,
the snow kept me in.
Well, that's great. So you have a long history of being an attorney, but now with your own business, how did you create your customer database? How did you, how did you begin to keep track of your clients? Do you have a software that you use? Do you use a pen and paper? How do you do that?
Actually, at all the places that I worked, except for my first 10 years where I worked in-house, we always tracked our clients through some kind of client software, which is part of a billing program. So right now I use Firm Central to track all my contacts. And I actually have never done advertising, but really just building relationships and also kind of building strong relationships with other professionals has been huge in development of my customer base. But I do input all my clients and contacts in Firm Central, and that's how I maintain my customer list. And I've been pretty much doing that. Originally, I was doing it manually, and then once I ported it over to a software program, it tracks everything for me.
That's great. And have you done anything differently to stay connected to your clients during the pandemic? Like, I don't know, do you reach out to them?
Initially, I was sending my clients emails about different things that were occurring in the labor sector because of COVID. And I do have a lot of construction clients. So I would send them information that I saw on the New York City Department of Buildings website. I'm actually working now to expand my communications with clients, and I purchased a new program that's called Mailbox Pro so that I could start sending email communications and like correspondence and send postcards with blurbs about different subject areas. So I am working to expand. I want to expand like a blog on my website. I just haven't had a chance to do that, being that I'm the only attorney in my office, and I have someone part-time, but that takes a little bit of effort, like more work than I'm already doing. So I have to allocate some time to that. But I definitely see a lot of law firms doing those blogs and email communications, and with constant contact. That's one of the service companies that I've seen. I've actually investigated the use of that. And I think nowadays with what's going on with COVID-19, you need to be very proactive with staying in touch with your clients. So I've done group like BCC recipient emails to clients to check in, and I usually follow up with them. So I do personal communication with them because we have a lot of active matters.
So you're doing a combination of the personal emails, but now you're looking to expand into more email, like marketing, sending mass emails with content that adds value to them in whatever their industry, your main areas of expertise then.
That's correct, yes.
Yeah, great, terrific. So maintaining your customer database, like who handles, like, is there a purge cycle, or how do you handle when people are finished, or do you keep their files forever, or how does that work with the Firm Central?
Okay, so with Firm Central, what I do now is we're completely cloud-based.
Okay.
So when all my paper files, I will store them into my server, and then I back them into Firm Central because that's a cloud-based document maintainer. But with respect to client contact information, I'll maintain it. It can designate active clients and deactivated clients. And then, so you see the distinction in the file. So I'll have, like, when I close a matter, it'll close out, but it'll still maintain the contact. It'll just say an inactive contact, so that then, you know, if you're looking to try to reopen that business relationship, that you can reach out to those particular clients. So that's one of the things that I intend to do with the inactive business clients.
Mhm.
With respect to individuals, they tend to be one-off. You know,
Mhm.
they usually lead to other referrals, but
Okay.
typically individuals, they need you for a particular service. And unless they don't, if they have a business, they'll keep coming back. But if they don't, you'll provide the service. And then until the next, you know, emergency or something occurs, then they'll reach out to you. So
Okay.
typically it's with the individuals, it's a little bit different. But I think while you're maintaining your business contact list, you always want to understand who's active, who's inactive, and then try to reach out to those that are inactive to see if they need your services or just to continue to rebuild that relationship.
Okay. Great.
My
Th-
assistant puts all that information into the system for me.
Oh, good. So tell me a little bit about your referral system, because I know you said you don't do advertising. So how does that work when you're working with a client, or after you finish doing something? How does that communication work for you? Is it a conversation? Is it something you have built in, or how does that work?
It's really a conversation. And I, with respect to the referrals, I've developed some good relationships with professionals. For example, I have an accountant that I've been working with. I referred him to a client many years ago on a tax issue. We became good friends and stayed in touch. And then he started referring me a lot of business clients, a lot of his clients that needed either
Right.
corporate agreements, needed me to review agreements. And then those clients are business also. So then they refer to their other business contacts. So it usually kind of, it's more like self-generated,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not forced. Like I don't have to go out and advertise heavily because of my ability to develop relationships with individuals that have been able to be good referral sources for me. And then the work and the satisfaction of the client has led to further referrals. So it's really just being responsive to the client, I think, has helped being able to maintain those good relationships.
Hmm. And I know you said, like, especially during this pandemic, for some of your clients, you've been more proactive in reaching out to them to seeing if they need anything, or you've been giving them some information that can add value to them during this time, kind of thing.
Correct. And yes, and that's
Mhm.
also something that I have found. I've seen a lot of people do advertising in my particular field, but for me, I found that building the relationships and maintaining those connections, and also with other professionals, real estate brokers, accountants, those are all tend to have a good synergy
Mhm.
because they're in contact with a lot of people that eventually need attorneys. So
Right.
that's kind of how it, you know, circles back. But so it's been a lot of referrals.
That's a great system that you have going, and I think that it's something that other businesses can do, depending on, any kind of business. You're a law firm, but I think any business has to have a certain percentage of their clients come from referral based, and some other types of businesses may have to have some advertising as well. But I think it's really wonderful that you've really built your business on referrals and about building relationships. And I also, you've been my client for a while, and I know you, so I know that that's so true. It's your personality, it's your professionalism, and the skills that you bring to the table as an attorney that really make you a wonderful person and a pleasure to work with. So
Thank you.
great. So thanks so much, Rosalind. Is there anything else
Thank
you
you,
want to add?
Christina.
Those are the main questions that I had for you.
No, I just I really think you know, especially in the legal field, we don't do a lot of it, but we need to build relationships and cultivate that for longevity's purposes.
Yeah, exactly. Great. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Christina.
All right.
Have a
Take
great
care,
day. All
Rosalind.
right. Bye
Thanks a
bye.
lot. Okay. Bye-bye.